Listen, there are two kinds of people in this world. The ones who wait for permission, who beg life for scraps, who hope someone comes to save them. And then there are the ones who rip the pen out of fate's hand and write their own damn story. Which one are you? You see, I don't care where you came from. I don't care if your parents believed in you, if your teachers told you that you were special, or if your friends ever clapped for you. None of that matters. Because life doesn't care, the world doesn't care, life is brutal, merciless, and it will eat you alive if you let it. But here's the truth no one tells you. Life respects the man who refuses to kneel. Life respects the man who gets up, blood on his face, bones aching, and says, "Is that all you've got?" You know what I'm talking about, that moment when you're tired, when your back hurts, when your bank account is empty. When no one texts you, when you've been betrayed, when you've been overlooked, when you've been told no, so many times you start to believe it. That's the moment that makes men. That's the moment where destiny splits in two. You either become another forgotten name, or you become that MF. Pain is the language of growth, the silent teacher that most people fear, but every strong man embraces. The truth is, nothing powerful, nothing legendary, nothing immortal has ever been built without pain. When you were born, you came into this world screaming. When you grew stronger, it was through the tearing of muscles, the breaking of limits, the stretching of your comfort zone. Every scar you carry is not a weakness. It is a certificate of survival, proof that you faced the fire and refused to bow. Yet, most people waste their pain. They complain, they cry, they drown themselves in pity, forgetting that pain is a weapon. Pain is not the enemy. Pain is the forge where warriors are created. Look at your life. Every betrayal, every rejection, every heartbreak, every loss. You thought it was meant to destroy you, but in reality it was meant to awaken you. It was meant to harden your skin, sharpen your mind, and force you to evolve into someone unstoppable. The universe does not give pain without purpose. The weak take pain personally, but the strong take it as a gift. They know that the deeper the wound, the greater the fuel. They channel that energy into their work, their training, their goals, until what once hurt them becomes the very reason they cannot be defeated. Turn pain into power. Use every insult as a reason to rise higher. Use every failure as motivation to master your craft. Use every tear as proof that you still care enough to fight. Stop asking, "Why me?" and start saying, "Try me." Because the truth is, pain will visit you regardless. You cannot escape it, but you can decide how it shapes you. It can either break your spirit or build your empire. The choice is yours, and the strongest men always choose to build. Discipline is the foundation of every empire, the invisible hand that separates the weak from the strong, the forgotten from the unforgettable. Motivation might light the spark, but it is discipline that keeps the fire alive when the world is cold and unforgiving. Most men fail not because they are stupid or unlucky, but because they never built the discipline to keep going when the excitement dies. Anyone can show up when it feels good, but the man who shows up when it hurts, when it's boring, when no one is clapping, he is the one who becomes unstoppable. Discipline is waking up before the sun when your body begs you to stay in bed. Discipline is choosing the grind over comfort, the workout over the couch, the book over the scroll, the future over the present distraction. The man of discipline does not move with feelings, he moves with purpose. Feelings are temporary, weak, unreliable, but discipline is eternal. Discipline is the muscle of the mind, the chain that binds you to your mission even when your emotions scream to quit. Every great achievement in history was built on discipline. Soldiers win wars not because they felt like fighting, but because their discipline made them stand strong in the face of chaos. Champions win trophies not because they were always motivated, but because their discipline dragged them to practice every day, rain or shine. Entrepreneurs build empires not because they got lucky, but because their discipline made them grind while the rest of the world slept. The truth is, without discipline, you are a slave. Slave to laziness, slave to weakness, slave to regret. You think you're free when you skip the hard work, but you're chaining yourself to a mediocre life. Real freedom is built on discipline, because the man of discipline controls his world, while the undisciplined man is controlled by it. If you want respect, wealth, strength, and legacy, you must make discipline your religion. Put it above comfort, above mood, above everything. Discipline over everything, because when discipline rules your life, nothing can rule you. Your life is nothing more than the reflection of the standards you set for yourself. If you accept average, you will live average. If you tolerate weakness, you will stay weak. If you settle for crumbs, do not cry when you starve. The reality is brutal but simple. The standard you demand becomes the destiny you create. Look at the men who built greatness. They did not allow themselves to operate on the level of common men. They demanded more effort, more focus, more consistency, more sacrifice. They raised their standards until the rest of the world had no choice but to respect them. Most people live in denial, telling themselves they want success while accepting behaviors that guarantee failure. They want wealth but waste hours scrolling on their phones. They want strength but eat like children and avoid the gym. They want respect but carry themselves with no discipline, no vision, no fire. The truth is they are not unlucky. They simply live with low standards. And life will never give you more than you demand from yourself. Raising your standards is not about arrogance. It is about accountability. It is looking in the mirror and saying, "What I am doing is not enough, and I refuse to keep living this way." It is about drawing a line in the sand and declaring that you will no longer tolerate weakness, laziness, or mediocrity in your life. When you hold yourself to a higher standard, everything shifts. Your body starts to change, your habits evolve, your confidence grows, and suddenly, the people around you notice the difference. They see a man who walks with power because he demands power from himself first. Understand this. Life does not rise to meet your dreams, it falls to meet your standards. If you keep your standards low, you will forever crawl in the mud. But when you raise them high and back them with discipline, life has no choice but to elevate you. This is the hidden code of success, the law no one escapes. Raise your standards, raise your life. If you want to live like a king, stop thinking and acting like a beggar. Respect is not something you are born with, it is not something you can buy, and it is not something anyone will hand to you because you ask nicely. Respect is earned in blood, sweat, and consistency. The world does not care about your intentions or your excuses, it only respects results. You can talk about your dreams all day, you can tell people how hard you are going to work, but if your life does not show proof, no one will believe you. Respect is the currency of power, and like any currency, you must work to earn it. Too many men today beg for respect while doing nothing to deserve it. They want people to take them seriously, yet they live without discipline, without strength, without ambition. They crave recognition, but they have not built anything worth recognizing. Respect does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who grind when no one is watching. It comes to the man who shows up early, stays late, and refuses to quit even when it hurts. Respect is born in silence and revealed in results. Think about the people you truly respect. It is never the ones who complain, who play victim, who look for shortcuts. It is the ones who walk with conviction, who have proven through their actions that they are not like everyone else. A respected man does not need to beg, he does not need to raise his voice, his presence alone commands attention. Why? Because his discipline, his strength, his achievements speak louder than words. Respect is not permanent, it can be lost as quickly as it is gained. That is why you must live every day in a way that protects it. Train your body so it speaks for you before your mouth does. Sharpen your mind so no one can manipulate you. Build your life so no one can ignore you. The man who earns respect never walks alone. Opportunities chase him, doors open for him, and people listen when he speaks. Understand this, without respect, you are invisible. The world walks past you, ignores you, forgets you. But with respect, your name carries weight, your words have power, your presence demands recognition. Do not chase attention, chase respect. Attention fades, but respect builds empires. Earn it through your discipline, your actions, your achievements, and you will never have to ask for it again. Respect is earned, never given. One day, the clock will stop ticking for you. The truth most men run from is that time is not infinite. One day, your voice will go silent, your hands will grow still, and your body will return to the dust. When that day comes, the question will not be how comfortable you lived, how many hours you slept, or how many distractions you enjoyed. The only question that will echo through time is simple: did you leave a legacy, or did you vanish like smoke? Most people live as if they will never die. They waste days, months, and years thinking tomorrow is guaranteed. But the greatest men understand death is coming, and because of that, they fight every day to be unforgettable. To leave a legacy, you must live in such a way that your name carries weight long after you are gone. It is not about chasing quick pleasures. It is about building something that cannot be erased. It might be a business that changes lives, a body of work that inspires generations, or even the strength and discipline you pass down to your family. Legacy is not built in one grand moment. It is carved daily through choices, sacrifices, and the relentless refusal to be average. Being unforgettable means you walk through life with purpose. When you enter a room, people feel your presence. When you speak, they listen. When you act, you leave an imprint. This doesn't happen because you demand attention. It happens because you've earned it through who you've become. The world forgets the weak, the complainers, the nameless crowd, but it remembers the men who burned so brightly that even time cannot dim them. Ask yourself today, if you died tomorrow, what would they say about you? Would they even remember you? Or would your name disappear like it never existed? That question should terrify you, but it should also fuel you, because you have time right now to make yourself unforgettable. Stop wasting it. Every rep you grind out, every skill you master, every goal you crush, it is not just for you, it is for the story your life will tell when you are gone. Legacy is the ultimate measure of a man. Comfort fades, pleasures fade, but legacy outlives you. Refuse to live small, refuse to be forgotten. Live so loudly, so relentlessly, that when history turns the page, your name is carved into stone. Leave a legacy, be unforgettable. Life will not wait for you. Time will not slow down so you can catch up. Every day that slips by is either building your legacy or burying your potential. You came into this world with fire, with hunger, with possibility, but only you can decide if that flame dies out or becomes an inferno that lights the path for others. The truth is simple. Average men will always outnumber the great. Most will waste their lives in comfort, hiding from pain, chasing temporary pleasures, begging for respect they'll never earn. But not you. You're not here to be another nameless face in the crowd. You're here to rise, to fight, to build, to conquer. You're here to become the kind of man whose name is remembered, whose story is told, whose presence is felt long after he's gone, but it won't happen by chance, it happens by choice. A choice you make today, tomorrow, and every single day after. A choice to take pain and turn it into power. A choice to put discipline above comfort. A choice to raise your standards until life has no option but to elevate you. A choice to earn respect through action, not words. A choice to live so relentlessly that when death finally comes, it finds you unafraid because you know you left a legacy. So decide now. Stop waiting, stop doubting, stop holding back. Stand up, demand more from yourself, and take what's yours. Don't just exist. Don't just pass through this life unnoticed. Live it, own it, dominate it. Be ruthless, be relentless, be remembered, be that MF.